So with the newest Overwatch update, priority passes and the flex queue system was added into the game. So priority passes, basically how it works is you can queue up for the flex queue, which is basically you get put into any role position that isn't filled in like any game. So it's completely random. It's kind of like open queue, but it's like a dice roll would be a better way to describe it. It's like rolling a dice or spinning a wheel, and you have like tank, healer, damage dealer all on the wheel. And so you spin it, and then tank and healer are like bigger, and then damage is like a little bit smaller. So basically, you queue up for these flex queues, and it doesn't matter if you win or if you lose a game, you always will get at least, I think it's either 3 or 6 priority passes, because I have 6 right now, and I've only queued up for flex queue. I can only remember queuing up for flex queue once, but I think I've done it twice. So I think it's 3 per match. So, obviously it helps DPS players because they can use their priority passes, which are basically like you use a priority pass and it puts you at like the very front of the metaphorical DPS queue line. But so it helps DPS players get into games quicker, which makes the game more fun for those people who are good at DPS. And the flex queue helps the tank and support roles get filled faster, which more people are playing flex queue for tank and support. More people are going to, or excuse me, less people are going to play DPS, and the DPS queues will end up going down. So, it only takes one out of like all 3 that you win per match. So you can basically just play one round of flex queue, or just play it until you have like the 40 max priority passes, because you can only have 40 priority passes at a time. If you could have infinite, that would be a little bit unfair. But, so yeah, it only takes one out of them, so you can just enjoy Overwatch more. But then there are the downsides. So what's gonna happen is people are gonna end up getting a bunch of priority passes, and thank goodness they put on a limit on it, and they're just gonna keep spamming the DPS queues, so it just ends up going back to how it was before with 10-minute queues, and people are wasting their priority passes on a DPS queue. The other thing is, more people will get put into positions they don't even know how to play. Like, if you can't, people are gonna end up like playing a Lucio, but they don't even know how to play Lucio, just because, it doesn't matter to them. At the end of the day, they still get their priority pass. They're still going to get their 2-minute DPS queue. Also, it ends up hurting the team, since, they have an inexperienced healer or tank. You're not going to win games unless everyone is on point completely. The other thing is, people might end up throwing because, they get their priority passes anyway. So most people probably wouldn't care. DPS mains won't care about their SR in healer or tank. They're always just gonna end up throwing the game, just so they can get their priority passes anyway. So the other thing is, if this ends up happening, it could pretty much ruin competitive until everyone gets good at least one hero from every role, I would say. Because you gotta train as Reinhardt or Zarya or some useful tank, and maybe not Roadhog or anything, because Roadhog isn't a very useful tank. I mean, he does good damage, but as a tank, that's not your job. Your job is to protect the team. And, that's gonna make other people on the team suffer because of your trashness at healer or tank when you're a DPS player. So, what do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm kind of sort of against it. It benefits me a lot because I'm a DPS player, but I don't know. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.